important current affairs. Tomorrow, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is going to Japan to attend G20 summit. Tomorrow, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is going to Japan to attend G20 summit in Osaka, OSAK, Osaka. And under the auspices of G20 summit, Modi is going to hold bilateral meetings also with around 10 countries. We don't know exact number. So from June 27th to 29th, G20 summit. G20 is a very important group in growing economic situation. Particularly G20 members are member economies who are developing and developed economies, almost fastest growing economies in the world. Coming to the next important article, Niti Aayog, premier think tank of India, National Institution for Transforming India Aayog. Niti Aayog releases many reports. As you all know, 15 days back there were a lot of debates on Niti Aayog and its efficacy. But if you see the reports released by Niti Aayog, definitely will have a positive perception over Niti Aayog. The reports like Composite Water Management Index, the index like Composite Water Management Index, Composite Health Index, Aspirational Districts Program, India's Energy and Emissions Outlook, the School Education Quality Index, and SDG India Index. SDG means Sustainable Development Goals. SDG India Index. So Niti Aayog releases many reports and indexes, and yesterday Healthy States and Progressive India Index. Healthy States and Progressive India, under the title Healthy States and Progressive India, it released Composite Health Index. And it have covered 23 indicators. And it have categorized states into 3 categories: aspirants, achievers, front runners. And the top 3 states in Composite Health Index: Kerala, Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra. The top 3 states in health index, Composite Health Index: Kerala, Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra. The bottom 3, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar and Orissa. So earlier these states are under BMARU states. In the olden days they are called BMARU. And in the BMARU states we have Uttar Pradesh, Bihar and Orissa, which are still lagging in Composite Health Index. And all the South Indian states are in top 10. All the South Indian states in Composite Health Index are in top 10. The top 4 states are Kerala, Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra. And Niti Aayog is working for competitive federalism. And if you see health index, you can observe there is a north-south huge divide, a very big divide of north and south. This you have to understand with this index. Even in health there is a big divide. We have seen lot many divides in north and south, and this is also a very big divide in health, North Indian states and South Indian states. Coming to the first page of today's Hindu paper, as we have discussed, there was a chart, colorful chart about Niti Aayog Composite Health Index. And next is Prime Minister Modi's reply for debate on motion of thanks. Prime Minister Modi have replied for motion of thanks. See, for after every general election, according to Article 87, President will address the Parliament. According to Article 87 of the Indian Constitution, after every general election, President will address the Parliament. And every first session of Parliament and after every general election, President will address. This address of President is not personal address of President, but it was the address approved by the Cabinet, speech approved by the Cabinet. It reflects government statement, policy, vision and achievements. And on that there will be discussion in the floor of the houses, Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. And Prime Minister will reply after the discussion. So Modi ji have replied for the motion of thanks discussion. That was the scenario. Here you should remember Article 87 of the Indian Constitution. The next important news. Antiguan Prime Minister Gaston Browning have said diamond merchant Mehul Choksky, a prime accused for 13,578 crores defrauding Punjab National Bank. Antigua will not give any separate treatment for him. After all his legal battle is over, it will definitely send back to him to India. This is called extradition. Extradition. There is a word called here extradition. Extradition means sending back a person from one country to other country. For example, X have committed crime in India, went to America. So American government can extradite him. extradition. Generally in newspapers you will get good words. You have to maintain a words notebook. From now, if you are planning after 1 year to write the mains exam, you have to start meaning. Yesterday I am discussing about arbitrariness. ARBITRARY. Somebody asked me what is arbitrariness. When somebody takes decisions whimsically, without understanding the holistic issue, without following the proper procedure, this is called arbitrary action. ఏకపక్ష నిర్ణయాలు, స్వార్థపూరిత నిర్ణయాలు ఏదైనా కావచ్చు. Arbitrary action. So whenever you read some meanings in the Hindu paper, kindly note it down. Those are the words which are important to write essay, answers, ethics, everything. You cannot develop overnight, and don't ask me tomorrow how to write an answer without developing all these things. Okay, extradition. Should not write sending back the criminal. And if you have extradition treaty with other country, generally we will get the man extradited. We are trying for Nirav Modi extradition. We are trying for Vijay Mallya extradition. I think you all know that. Coming back, page number 7, very important news. Page number 7, very important news. 31.4% of Indian children will be stunted by 2022. 31.4% of Indian children will be stunted by 2022. See, in India we have very big problem of malnutrition. In the year 2012, a report was released by the then Prime Minister Manmohan Singh. Almost 49.5, that means almost 50% of Indian children are malnourished. It might be overnourishment, it might be undernourishment. Malnourishment does not mean lack of food. Malnourishment means various deficiencies. Child stunting. What is child stunting? According to their age, the child will not grow in height. According to their age, the children will not grow in height. That is called stunting. Child wasting, WASTING. According to their height, the children will not gain weight. The children will not gain weight. You should know the difference between wasting and stunting as a civils aspirant. You should know the difference between wasting and stunting. Okay, child wasting means according to the age the child will not grow in height. Child stunting means according to the age the child will not grow in height. According to wasting means according to height the child will not grow weight. This difference you should know. Okay, and we feed our children with carbohydrates, right? But we need to have a good combination of proteins, vitamins and other things. Even the rich families feed the children with a bad composition of food, finally leading with malnutrition. Malnutrition is not the problem only in poor families but also rich families. So this particular issue you have to address with this data. Very, very important question for GS. Almost 1 in 3 children in India under 5 years will be stunted by 2022. Going through the current trends, chronic malnutrition in India. 31.4% of the children in India will be stunted by 2022. And India has a target of 25%, but let's see. Even World Food Program has a lot of statistics on India. According to the Bihar the child malnutrition ratio is a 48%, Uttar Pradesh is 46%. So even in the scheduled tribes and scheduled castes, that was high. And mother education and child malnutrition are linked. If mothers are not educated, if you see the children of uneducated mothers, 51% of the children are malnourished. So all these things are the important data to write mains answer. Okay, this is a very important data. An impressive tortoise discovered in Arunachal Pradesh. So the tortoise was named as impressive tortoise, very beautiful. Okay, that is the reason why the tortoise was impressive. The tortoise was impressive. Okay, and 24 years old man in Jharkhand, page number 8 editorial. 24 years old man in Jharkhand was brutally beaten by mob. And it's a disturbing situation. So he was in this article: lynching, vigilantism, communal bigotry, hate messages, rumors in social media. All these things you have to remember. Organized vigilantism by cow groups. So these words: vigilantism, hatred, communal bigotry, dissemination of hate messages, rumors through social media, and organized vigilantism and lynching. These are the words which you have to remember. And one more important word here: official apathy, APATHY. In this article you have a word called apathy, APATHY. Apathy means indifference, negligence. పట్టనితనం తెలుగులో పట్టించుకోకపోవడం, మాకెందుకులే. అఫీషియల్ ఎపతి, ఇట్స్ అ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ వర్డ్ ఇన్ ఎథిక్స్, APATHY. Also we can use bureaucratic inertia. So lynching redux, as you all know, in Jharkhand a boy was severely beaten, 24 years old boy, brutally beaten, and finally the boy died. And finally he was asked to raise the slogan of Jai Shri Ram, all those things. Let's see how the government will work on this. Coming back, the future of parliamentary democracy. M.K. Narayanan is a former National Security Advisor and former Governor of West Bengal. If such a towering personality writes an article, you have to read. The future of parliamentary democracy. The content of this article, though not with data, we have discussed many times in the classroom. BJP won with 303 seats, Congress with 52 seats. And if you see, along with BJP and Congress, we have YSR, CPI, Anna DMK, not Anna DMK, DMK, Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam. almost sweeping the Tamil Nadu. DMK sweeping the Tamil Nadu, and we have JDU, Trinamool Congress, and all these parties faring very well in the Lok Sabha elections. What we want is the constructive and democratic debate in the parliamentary democracy, and BJP got 37.4% of vote share and Congress got 19.5% of vote share, and BJP managed to gain many areas, either to untouched areas of BJP. All this is good news for BJP, and why BJP was won populist schemes, various Atal Pension Yojana to you have Ujjwala scheme to PM Kisan, they wrote many things, but even Balakot attack have helped BJP to gain various things. But what we need is, if single party gets so much of strength in Lok Sabha, or single party gets very good strength in state assembly, there won't be a minority opinion survive, because generally majoritarianism, without any support, if single party gets such a majority, parliamentary democracy, the beauty of parliamentary democracy lies in dissent, debate and criticism, constructive criticism. But if you see the public mandate nowadays, there is no much scope for that. All the small parties, including regional parties, if a regional party gets 2 seats, at least it should have this power to speak and power to convince the government. But unfortunately, that is not the case in the present Lok Sabha. That is what we wanted to tell. But let's hope things will be fine very soon. And Chennai is facing severe water crisis. Chennai is facing severe water crisis, shortage of rainfall. Though last year there was little bit normal rainfall, but the water crisis, immediately we have to work on water bodies, surrounding water bodies in Chennai. The same thing in future might come to Hyderabad also. So this type of questions might come in GS paper 1. See, I do remember in 2016 exam, before exam, floods in Chennai, floods in Hyderabad, floods in Mumbai. And 2016 GS paper 1 and paper 3, same question repeated about floods, same question. So such type of crisis in the country, in any city, definitely will be a matter of concern for UPSC. You might get a question on that. So Chennai wanted to become economic hub without water. Chennai wanted to become economic hub without water. This you have to think. And even to get a bottle of water is very difficult for Chennai now. So let's see how the government is going to work on. And next important article, the state of Indian prisons. The state of Indian prisons. There are around 1401 jails in India, and in 1401 jails there are 4,33,033 interns. 68% of the people who are in jails in India are under trials. Still their conviction is under process. Not yet convicted people, they are only accused. And most of the people who are in jails are Dalits, Muslims and Adivasis. Even the recent past, the data of the people who are in jails is not properly available. And apart from that, other disturbing point is, even under preventive detention, someone are in jails. Under PD laws, even before they have committed a crime in certain states like Jammu Kashmir. Coming back, some people are eligible for bail, but they don't have money to work on bail. There are many under trials. There were many under trial prisoners who can come out on bail, but bail is a very costly thing today. And other important thing is skill development in prisons, open jails, the concept of open jails. In foreign countries, if a man is arrested, he won't be kept inside the prison and locked. It will be free. They can do any work. They are called open jail concept. India can try for it. Even prisoners should be reformed to come out. And in India, you will be seeing all the prisoners will be overcrowded in the jails, and it's a time and place for them to hatch for other murder or something. You will be seeing interviews of the murderers, where you have hatched this crime. మీరు చూసా ఉంటారు, మొద్దు సీన్ అంటాడు, బావ కళలో ఆనందం చూద్దాం. ఈ బావతో ఎక్కడ పరిచయం ఏంటంటే జైల్లో. ఓకే, వీళ్ళందరూ జైల్లోనే మర్డర్స్ను హ్యాచింగ్ అన్ని పరిచయం చేసుకుంటుంటారు. సో ఇవన్నీ జైల్లో జరుగుతాయి. కాబట్టి ఇండియన్ జైల్ షుడ్ బి ప్రాపర్లీ రిఫార్మ్డ్. లేకపోతే జైల్స్ విల్ బి ఏ ట్రైనింగ్ సెంటర్స్ ఫర్ crimes in the criminal justice system. And law commission report about jail reforms, and you have recently a committee on jail reforms, all this, not just Istanbul. The loss is not just Istanbul. The loss is not just Istanbul. Tayyip Erdogan, Turkey's president, his political party is AKP, Justice and Development Party. In the local body elections, a very big area in Turkey where 1/5 of the Turkey citizens live, 30% of Turkey's GDP comes is Istanbul, and you can see European culture and Asian culture there. A part of Istanbul is Europe, a part of Istanbul is Asia, and in the local body elections his party lost in Istanbul. Turkey's capital is Ankara, not Istanbul, remember. But this is the situation, and losing Istanbul is nothing but losing Turkey. This was the opinion. Losing Istanbul is nothing but losing Turkey, and if you lose Istanbul, whoever wins Istanbul wins Turkey, whoever loses Istanbul loses Turkey. So it shows that Recep Tayyip Erdogan grip over Turkey is coming down, is weakening. That was the message. And the important case study for you to write example in medical ethics, also important case study for health related issues in paper 3, an indecent settlement. From the year 2004 to 2010, Johnson & Johnson have sold the equipment, hip implant equipment, to lakhs of patients worldwide and 4,700 patients in India. 4,700, and there is a problem with the implant. The dilution of material chromium cobalt from the implant have diffused into the bodies of the patients. They got infused into their blood, and they got various health complications, and they have become disabled. For around 4,700 cases are there, out of which more than 200 went for courts, and initially court said everybody has to pay, Johnson & Johnson have to pay 20 lakhs to everyone, but initially Johnson & Johnson filed a petition on that, we won't pay. Finally it came out with out of court settlement to pay 25 lakhs for each, only to the patients who went to court. So there are 4,700 cases, around 280 patients went to court only for them. But how can you compensate a patient, particularly when there can be a chance of life expectancy and other things? Single point here is, if a man is 40 years old and if you have a hip implant, his life expectancy and working age is still there next 20 years. If a man is 70 years and he has undergone a hip implant, his life expectancy and working nature is another 2-3 years, 5 years, or maximum 10 years. Based on that, you have to go with fair mode of compensation rather than a blanket mode of compensation. And that too, Johnson & Johnson have settled most of the claims in UP in America, but in 12,000 patients, for 12,000 patients, but for India it is trying to play a game. This was the story. So the other road, Johnson & Johnson's paltry means very small, settlement for faulty hip transplants is problematic. It's a tragic thing. So from this you can take a case of medical negligence and liability of the company for its negligence, which is very, very pathetic. Done?